Hi everybody, this is a video overview of this knife, and this knife is the Steelcraft Todd Beg Mini Bodega. And as you can see, the knife is incredibly ornate. There's machining here, the cutter head pads are still left in, there's this nice really sharp anodizing that's done, there are satin flats and then coated grinds. On the other side, you can see the cracked ice finish on the pocket clip, the ball bearing pocket clip point, and then more of the really ornate machining with some very interesting anodizing. You can see on the back there's more ornate machining, and there's a little bit of the ice, cracked ice finish here. If you look down inside, you can see that there's cracked ice finish even on the inside of the back spacer. Overall, this is a very, very nice knife. The amount of machining that's on this knife is just insane. The fact that you're getting something that looks very much like a Todd Beg knife for $445, while extremely expensive, is impressive. The flipping action is not bad. I wouldn't say it's the best I've ever seen. It's not as good as a Shiro, and it's not as good as my ZT 0450CF, which is substantial upgrade over the original knife. This is actually the knife I'm carrying today. And this knife is just smoother. Now, this knife does run on ceramic bearings, and it does have a ceramic detent. So it may be that there's some break-in time. And I would note that it has gotten smoother as the knife has been in my possession. It's only been in my possession a couple of days, 3 days, 4 days. But it's really an interesting thing to think about, because the knife is actually quite good. There are lots and lots of things that made me think, oh gosh, this is going to be terrible. But it's actually quite good in the hand. The only thing that I would note that I'd really like to see them do differently is right here. The jimping here, when you put your finger in the index notch that the lock bar creates, it does cut in right here on your finger. So, I mean, look, I recognize that the vast majority of people aren't going to be hard using this knife, but, you know, it's a little thing that would make the whole knife a whole lot better. I really do like the look of the knife. It's not my style. I wouldn't say that I would go out and seek this knife out had it not been for a shootout, but if you're going to go for this ornate style, Todd Beg does it really well. There's a lot of cohesion here, lots of curves, the hole patterns are consistent. It's very, very interesting, and it's clearly very well done. So even if it's not my taste, I can appreciate the fact that the knife is well done. The blade steel here is S35VN, which is a good blade steel. It's not outstanding. It's not as good as the blade steel in this knife, which runs ZP189. But it's very, very good. The knife is a collaboration between, I think his name is Dave Dang, of Riate Knives and Todd Beg. Todd Beg used to make full custom bodegas. Then he made what were essentially mid-tech bodegas, where his company was making them and getting some parts cut, and he was finishing them, or his company was finishing them. This is a full production knife. This is actually a collaboration, like I said, between Riate and Todd Beg. And so I was surprised to see just how ornate this is, because comparing this to some of the slab handle titanium frame lock flipper sort of mid-techs out there, this just blows them away. Now, I'm not sure, and I'm not 100% convinced that all of this is all that significant. It looks nice, it's well made, but is this just, you know, sort of machining masturbation, or is this something that is really, really stylish? And I don't know what the answer is to that question. It's part of a shootout that I'm going to do between Shirogorov Neon and the Olamic Cutlery Wayfarer 247, sort of the beyond Sebenza level of production knives, and see how good they are and which one of those three is the best. So look for a review of this, and then look for a shootout between this, the Shiro, and the Olamic. Until then, I will see you on my website. You can listen at Gear Geeks Live, and you can tune in for new videos.